Hi everyone. I will just wait for everyone to log back in so that I can just start talking. But we are live. So tonight we have been talking about traditional healing and mental health, and it has been such a great platform, such a great conversation because everybody is enjoying this. Guys, there is so much information in the African psychology because it shows that we really don't take our culture seriously. But hello, Gogo Maphushudi, Togoza Gogo.
Thokozani.
Is your network okay?
Huh?
Telcom, Telcom. Okay, now I'm asking, is the network okay?
No, I switched to my Vodacom number now, so
Oh,
it's not
okay,
me.
okay.
It's you.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Thank you for giving us your time. We have 15 minutes. So starting off, the question that was left off before I touch on the stigma is Ninani was asking about integrating, African psychology and Western. So if I'm not incorrect with that question, she was asking how can we integrate it? I don't know if you want to start or should I start, but I'll give you the platform.
Okay. I'd like to refer to the comment that was made previously to say that we must not be jack of all trades, you know. As much as yes, we want to modernize traditional healing, but it's traditional and that's just the way it is, you know. So yes, integrated in terms of referring to referring to a health worker where I can't assist, but I feel that anything that is traditionally it is traditional orientated should just remain as it is, you know. Yes, we know that like I said, wherever I'm unable to help, I just refer. So I think it should just remain that way. But let us not integrate it, you know? Because as much as Ubungoma is modernized, but the rituals, the procedures are still as they were back then, you know? So I feel that let let Western be Western and let tradition be tradition so that we do not lose who we are, you know? So that is my take.
Mm-hmm. I like that when you mentioned that let it stay where it's at, let the traditional side of things stay with it at, and the Western stay with it at, because obviously, definitely, I would, I recommend that also because we cannot integrate both parties together as they are different and how we do things is quite different. But I think also we just need to be mindful to say that one, we need to be able to work together. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, our patients or our clients are presenting the same problem, and which then sometimes um, I might need you, you may need me, and therefore I need to be able to say that I know this traditional healer who does this work, and she's phenomenal. Because also just being mindful of the energy to be like, I know she has positive energy. I know she understands A, B, and C, and therefore she'll be able to help you in terms of that. So it's important for us just to be able to work together more so in terms of referring, and not being able to say this and this and this and this. I know I wanted to touch on, okay, touch on, what do you call this, on the stigma, but we have a question. Itumeleng is asking Gogo, Togoza Gogo, does Isito have depression symptoms, and is it always necessary to go for cleansing, or can you parlor and communicate your feelings through seek guidance? Oh, that's a good question.
She actually means isqito and
Girl,
um
listen, Lulu,
yeah, I
Motswana,
cannot
Motswana,
yeah, no,
sorry
that
for pronouncing that.
I'm at 2000. Hey, Model C.
Definitely. The Motswana, guys. Please. Yes.
I don't think this is the correct platform to be addressing this question,
Okay, sure.
because um, I have to make a diagnosis and I cannot diagnose
Okay,
somebody at the top of my head. So I will not be able to answer that question.
okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Moving forward, we have Monosi. What's happening if 80% of your dreams come true? Hmm.
Can you repeat the question again?
So she's asking, I'm sure obviously we touched on this specific topic, but she's just trying to find out if 80% of your dreams do come true, would that mean that a person has to go through the traditional healing phase initiation, or is it maybe not, it's a meaningless dream? But I think it's something that you touched on, but maybe for her, can you just touch on it in
Like I
addition?
said, we are gifted differently,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, dreams can also uh be a way of your ancestors communicating to you, or if should you be have the calling, dreams can also be a way of like guiding you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that when you dream and they come true, then you have to twasa. No,
Mm-hmm.
it does not mean like that. Like I told you, there are some people that dream, and
Yeah,
their dreams
yeah.
do become a reality, but it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that you have to go and be initiated. So we are gifted differently. Everyone has a gift. Everyone has a gift.
Yeah, absolutely. I like
Mm,
that you touched
mm.
on saying that everyone, I think you're correct that everyone does have a gift. Some people are just ignorant to it. Some people are obviously in search of it and trying to understand it, or they may be confused. Some people obviously it's vivid to them to saying that you need to be able to navigate it in this manner. I want to then touch on, Tabo has a question which is close to mine, but I want us to start with this question rather, before we answer his question. And the question is, what are then the stigma around traditional healing or prophecy? Because, there is a lot of that, that people then sometimes would associate it with witchcraft,
Witchcraft,
or people
definitely.
who are afraid of like, oh, yobonisa ngoma. Yeah, it's frowned upon. And I think sometimes that is because we are not knowledged. We are focusing more on Western. But what are then, would you say, or throughout your journey, would you say are the stigmas that you guys are taught or told about the conversation? Yeah, maybe you can share that with us.
Um, Traditional healing is perceived as primitive, you know.
Mm,
Um, People think that we are dirty. People think that we do witchcraft. People think that we are uneducated. People think, hey, a lot. There's a lot of stigma. There's a lot of stigma, but for me, from where I was initiated, um, what made it so comfortable for me to say, okay, fine. Besides the dreams, besides the counseling and everything, that I went through before I could accept that I've got a calling. It's how modernized, how my Gobela always emphasizes on empowering yourself, work hard, go to school. Because should you come to me and you are this professional and you hit me with this jargon that you use in your workspace, how am I going to be able to help you if I'm
yes,
uneducated? You know,
yes,
some
yes.
some reasoning, it does need educational background. As much as I don't have a background in psychology, but because of some information that I've received, I'm able to relate to you and you are able to relate to me. So where
I like.
Moki trusting good thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's cleanliness number one all the way, because we want to remove that whole thing of masango maditsi. So
Okay.
cleanliness, how you conduct yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
that what, we're breaking boundaries. We want you to be a gogo and be a CEO. you know. So that is what we are all about, you know.
Mm,
So it's because we are trying to fight so hard to
mm,
to remove what has been engraved in our people, you know. We want people to know that you can still be modern, you can still be a profession, you can still have your brows on fleek, have your
yes,
weave on point, you know, and also
absolutely.
still come back and be respectful to your gift, you know, and ukene kamundumbeng and you consult, you know. So from where I'm from, that is what we are all about, you know.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
those are the misconceptions that have been there, you know, that we are dirty, we are uneducated, and
Mm,
we are we practice witchcraft. I don't know what that is.
yeah. Thank you for touching on that. And I think you've mentioned it within my question. You've actually answered Tabo's question that he's just asking, do you think that South Africa is ready to see the integration between mental health and traditional healing without criticizing the two? And I like the fact that you touched on you're trying to make it modern, but also tell people that some of them are educated. You know, they can be CEOs and can still be abogoko. You know what I mean? So I think
Definitely,
we are
definitely.
ready. We are definitely ready. So we will move past that question because you've already answered it. Ninani is asking, or rather commenting, that I've been trying to encourage the youth that I interact with the decolonize and demonize African traditions. It's crazy, really. We sacrifice our ways for foreign ways. It's mad. Absolutely. And this is why we are
Definitely.
creating these different platforms, because shying away from the Western psychology, but also acknowledging and being mindful that we also have the African psychology, and we need to start talking about it, and we need to start integrating it as best
Yes.
as we can. More Bubbles says that does sometimes equally lead to depression? Oh, I don't know who that question is for. Um,
Mean,
so the question is, does sometimes a calling lead to depression? I would hand that question over to you.
me.
I think it does at some point. Maybe if you find
Remember,
some.
we said that there's a thin line
Yes,
between,
yes,
yeah, there's a thin line between mental illness and a traditional, an ancestral calling, you
yes.
know. So it can also lead to depression, you
Mm.
know. But like we said, that's where we refer, you know,
Yes,
a
yes.
psychologist refers you to a traditional healer refers you to a psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But
we've
I,
covered
I,
that.
I second that with you. That definitely referral working together is important. Tazi's asking, how do you block out the noise in your head so you can focus on your higher power? So I guess
How do
she's
you?
asking, how do you block out the noise in your head so you can focus on your higher power? I pray my question makes sense. So I'm assuming the communication. Maybe should in the
I
environment there's
understand what she's saying, and that's why you go for initiation. You know, that's where you get taught how to address such situations. You know,
mm,
how do you focus? You know,
mm,
how
mm,
you are able to connect with your ancestors. Yeah, so I can't dwell much into that, but
yeah.
that is what they teach you when you are in initiation. When you are going through the initiation process, you get taught how to tap into that space. So yeah.
Mm, okay. All right. We're about to wrap up the show. But I just want to read out a few comments.
Already?
But I'll just read out a few comments, and maybe if people have, we can take maybe two or three, like literally two or three guys questions, and yeah, we're gonna wrap up. The comment is, I saw a comment here. Okay. Mapachela says, number one, you are certainly gifted, intelligent, and absolutely beautiful. Shotgun Flavor says, wow, this topic is so necessary. Thanks, Gogo and Mahalia. Snob Tula, hallelujah to that. Hashtag Gogo and CEO. T underscore Lolo is asking Togoza Gogo. Greeting Togoza Gogo. Tezzy says yes. Yes, we have great comments. Thank you guys for your comments. We appreciate it. Tabo, I was looking forward to this discussion, and it's really exceeded all my expectations. Power to you guys. We're women. No, we are women. We are
Yes.
forefront for power. We're leading it. That's why, it's Women's Month after all. I think unity, let's work together, let's bring the information, and we thank you for acknowledging that, Tabo. And to the women out there watching, thank you. Own your power. This is such a fruitful conversation. Thank you, Tezi. This has been powerful. Thank you. Follow-up question, Kuno. How about late people? I randomly dream of late people interacting directly and indirectly. Is that normal, or should I worry? Are you comfortable answering, Gogo?
They say when you die in your flesh, but your spirit is still alive. So when you dream of late people, it's them coming back to you and letting you know that I'm still alive. Yes, I'm buried in the flesh, but my spirit is still with you, So it's nothing to worry about. You are actually at advantage because they can foretell, they can warn you, they can bring you luck, they can, all of those things. They can see what you can't see and hear what you can't hear. So you are actually very lucky, Kuno. You are a very lucky person. It's luck, It's not everyone that says that I dream of someone. Like, we all long for our loved ones that have passed on to come back and actually say that, no, I'm fine, or just give us a sign. So for you to constantly dream about them, you are lucky.
Thank you for answering that. I think most of us, we do experience this, and sometimes we don't know what it means, I like the fact that it's another platform of communication, that coming into our conscious. So it's something that we need to start being mindful of and being proud of, and being present. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mo_bubbles is asking, what happens when you feel you are ready to go for initiation, then there is no direction when it actually happens, or there's no direction in general on what to do, I'm assuming?
You pray and you pasha about it. You ask for Gogo to say, show me the way, show me the way. So
Okay.
it's something that you pray about, it's something that you pasha about, and it will happen eventually. It will happen.
It will happen eventually. Okay, we're going to end it off here. Mapachela says, love the company of the super powerful, gifted women. Shotgun says, happy Women's Month, by the way. Okay, happy Women's Month, by the way. Imagine with that type of, by the way.
By the way.
No, nigga, that is not how we speak. Happy Women's Day, leave it at that. But anyway, I would like to extend my gratitudes. Gogo Maphushudi, thank you for taking out your time. Thank you for educating me and the audience. This is an important conversation, and maybe we should do a part 2, later in the year, or whatever the case may be. I think this conversation is so important. This conversation is beautiful, and I hope that in the next time I'll have different platforms, because I know people are just like, we also want this information. But I thank you so much for taking the time out, for talking to us. You have educated us, you have informed us, you have awoken our senses. I hope that everybody in here will go start acknowledging that there's communication beyond what we see and what we actually hear with our words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that there's the flesh and the spirit, like you kept on saying it. And I wish you nothing but the best moving forward with your journey. And thank you again, and happy Women's Month. I don't know if you have any last words you would like to say, or share with us, and before we end the show.
Thokoza, Coach Mahalia. I thank you so much for this platform. I was so nervous and I was so scared and I was like, what am I gonna say? But when you just get into it, some of the things you just say and you're like, "Ooh, okay, the Gogos just, they just take over, and I hope with this conversation, people they get educated, as you say, people start recognizing African spirituality. People should take time and find out the truth and what is right about traditional healing. And I hope those that are gifted um, will not shy away and will not want to hide, will not want to worry about what would the society say when I rock up in my beads and, ke apara mahiya. I hope that it encourages everyone who's got a gift to, stand up and do the right thing. And ubungoma is not as bad as people make it seem. So with this conversation, I really hope that people will, start acknowledging their tradition and customs, because we are African, guys, no matter what. We are Africans, and I'm grateful for this time, and I hope you grow.
Thank you. Thank you.
I lost you there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
lost you.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm saying thank you. A lot of people are suggesting we should have a second part of it sooner than later, and they've enjoyed the session. It's been powerful. So thank you. We'll talk about it more, and we'll see when we can do the second session. Maybe soon, because the year's ending regardless. So maybe just to close off the lockdown in the year 2020. Maybe we need that, you know what I mean? But thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you guys for watching. Till the next episode. Tell us maybe also what you would like us to talk about. And yeah, I'm always available for chat. DM me, email me, anything. Yeah. But thank you. Good night. See you guys next time.
Thank you, Gogo. Thank you, Coach. I almost call you Gogo.
I know. Thank you, Gogo. Bye.
All right.
Thank you, guys, and have a lovely evening. Good night. Signing out, I am Mahalia Mlema. I'm a certified executive coach. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.